Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady, where Karen tries to con a blind man and then spits on a police officer. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I upload daily Reddit content. Without wasting any more time, let's dive right in.
My wife is going into labor.
Good luck with that. Hangs up. So this is not exactly my story, it's my boss's, but I was there the whole time it was happening. I work at a small pizza place in a small town in Australia as a casual worker. This happened about 3 months ago and I'd been working here for a while now, so some odd things had happened, but not as weird as this. This particular night everything was normal, but I will skip the details. Working in store, there is me, a few other people and the boss on shift. The phone rings, we assume, for someone to order, and everyone but boss is busy cutting pizzas, making pizzas, etc. The boss goes over and answers the phone. The shop is small, so you can normally overhear the person on the phone. Hello, thank you for calling, store name, boss name speaking. How can I help you tonight? The customer talks, then I overhear the boss sounding quite concerned. Sorry sir, can you please repeat that? Me, being the nosy person I am, I walked around the corner and she noticed me and put the phone on speaker so I could listen to whatever was going on.
I said I need someone over here right away. It's happening now.
I assumed it was not a prank call at this point, which we get way too often, because he sounded generally distressed. This to which my boss replied, sure sir, what pizzas can I get for you? There was then a pause for a few seconds and the guy yelled into the phone,
Are you serious? I need an ambulance now. My wife is going into labor and the baby is coming right now.
My boss, obviously not knowing what to say, just quickly blurts, good luck with that sir, and immediately hangs up. So basically, this guy called the pizza store instead of calling the emergency services. My only guess is he had us and them on speed dial, but to this day, neither me or my boss knew if he got to the hospital with his wife on time. Nice little comment from Redshift 2K5.
Deliver the baby in 30 minutes or it's free.
And this other guy says, my delivery came in 17 hours and costed $30,000. But actually wait, $30,000? Is that how much childbirth costs in America? Jesus Christ. Those are not our vans. So it has finally happened to me. For context, I work in my family's carpet shop, which is situated on a road with houses opposite. Today I was cutting up some carpets with my dad, ready for a job, when we notice irate older men pacing around downstairs, so I stroll down to see what's up. IOM, irate older man.
Your vans are blocking my drive. You need to move them now.
Considering all our carpet fitters are out on jobs outside our local area today, I very much doubt that. But such is the life of retail workers, so I had to oblige him. Me, okay sir, why don't you show me where the vans are and I can take a look? IOM,
damn right, I need to go out and you guys are ruining my day.
So we walk out front and he points triumphantly at the offending vans, and straight away I can see they've got a different name on them. Me, sorry to say, I cannot do anything about those vans, they are not ours. IOM,
what do you mean you won't move them? I need to get out of my house.
Me, well, you see the side of the vans? IOM,
I'm not blind, yes I can see them.
Me, well, that van has Stuart Little carpets written on the side. And if you take a look at our shop, we are IDontWorkHereLady carpets. IOM,
well, can't you move them anyways?
Me, they don't belong to us. I literally can do nothing. There's a phone number on the side of the van. Why don't you ring them and see what Stuart can do for you? IOM,
well, they are parked awfully. What about that van? Can you move that one?
Me, besides committing Grand Theft Auto on your behalf, there's not a lot I can do, but good luck with the vans. And that was that I left IOM to his own devices in the street. Well guys, I'm not sure, maybe that Karen guy is onto something. Maybe there's a big carpet conspiracy. But anyway, you know the deal. If you have watched until here, I would really appreciate it if you could post some stars in the comments and like the video if you enjoy my content and you want to support me. But now let's continue. That's my husband, not a shuttle driver. We were on vacation and stopped on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. And yes, I probably butchered that pronunciation. We were trying to get in line before it got busy. The plan was my husband would drop me and my daughter off to get in line, then go park the rental car and join us. As he lets us off out front, an elderly woman approaches us. I'm a pretty friendly person, so I smiled at her and she started telling me she and her friend were German tourists who were separated from their group. Concerned, I looked around to direct them to the help/ticket booth at the falls check-in. Me, "Oh, let's get you some help." German, No, he will take us to our hotel," pointing at my husband. Me, "Wait, what? No, he's going to park the car so we can see the falls. This is a private car." German, "Just take us to our hotel," waves her friend over and heads towards the car door. "Our hotel is just up there. He will take us." Me, "Ma'am, this is my husband and our rental car. We just arrived last night and do not know the city. We are here to see the falls too. He's not driving you anywhere." German, "How rude. He must. We are not Canadian." Me, "Well, we aren't Canadian either. I'm sure security can help you get a taxi or you can call your hotel for their shuttle." German, "I have no phone and that will take too long. I am not paying. You are so rude. We are guests in this country and paying a lot of money for this trip." Me to my husband, "Just go. Leave." Me to her, "Ma'am, we too are visiting this country and paying a lot for this trip. We are not driving you anywhere. Good luck." German lady continues to scream how rude and awful we are as we walk away. Random people are now looking at my daughter and I like we did something wrong. I did get security to go check on her. The security guard reported she had her phone out and calling the hotel for their shuttle. She completely waved him off and said they were fine. Have you guys ever been to the Niagara Falls, or whatever it's pronounced? Has always been kind of a dream of mine to go there. But anyway, let's continue. I don't work here Oh, hi mom. So a few years ago, I worked for Nabisco as a sales service representative. Basically, I drove to supermarkets all over the country, unpacked pallets of Oreos and stacked them in cardboard display cases. Though I did work in these stores, I technically did not work for them since my main concern was displaying Nabisco products. But customers would always see a young adult unpacking boxes of cookies and think,
"Hey, he must work here."
This confusion caused more cases of I don't work here than I can count. Early into the job, I made the mistake of wearing a green polo while stocking at a giant supermarket and had 6 or 7 people ask me for help within an hour. After dealing with this for a few days, I accepted confused shoppers as part of the job and changed my top to a purple polo, since there are virtually no supermarkets with purple uniforms. This outfit caused a noticeable decrease in customer questions, but there was always someone who would walk up to me and ask,
"Do you know where I can find
some item?" Working in the stores, I had a decent understanding of the layout around the cookie section. If I knew where the item was, I would make a brief suggestion. If not, then I would politely respond, "I'm sorry, but I don't work for the store." On several occasions, this earned me undeserved glares, but most people took a second glance at the purple shirt and realized their mistake. I tell this story because the phrase,
"I'm sorry, I don't work for the store,"
became so familiar to me that it was basically a new way of saying hello. When family friends doing their grocery shopping would notice me and say, "Hi," it took me a moment to switch out of work mode and recognize that they knew me. On one such occasion, I was on my knees stacking the bottom shelf with Chips Ahoy cookies when I heard someone say,
"Hi OP."
I started to stand and reply, "I'm sorry ma'am, but I don't work for..." When I looked up and saw my mother's eyes looking back at me, my face went redder than a bag of chewy Chips Ahoy. Mom just laughed at the situation and I joined in to laugh with her. Overall, it was a pretty decent job for a college student, but I will never forget apologizing to my mother for not working at Walmart. To be honest, I'm quite surprised that someone is allowed to stock products in a store like Walmart if he's not an employee. And the last story is gonna be from our own subreddit r/ripe stories. Was posted by Stacy Rose and is titled A lady tried to con a blind man of his money while shopping. This was the worst thing to witness, and I was so angry when it happened. I went to a grocery store to pick up some produce earlier this morning when I came upon a blind man and a woman who seemed to be helping him out with getting his groceries. I thought to myself, that's so nice, and continued on my way. I did bump into them from time to time in the store and had helped the lady get something from a high shelf for the man and thought nothing of it. I remember asking her if she was related to him, and she said,
"Oh no, I saw him and offered to help him do his shopping."
And I said, that's so sweet of you, thinking that she was a very good person. Later, when I finally headed to the checkout, the woman and the blind man were in front of me in line. The blind man kept thanking the woman for helping him out, and she just kept patting his arm, telling him it was nothing, that she enjoyed it. I smiled to myself, thinking about how lovely this woman was being to that man. Little did I know she was not as lovely as I thought she was. They get up to the cashier's ringing up the groceries and bagging them. Then told the man the total. He took his wallet out and asked for help getting the money out. This lady told him he only had $40, but in truth he had over $100 in his wallet. I remember seeing the bills clearly. The cashier looked at the woman very confused, but the woman put the money in her back pocket and said to the man,
"I'm sorry, you don't have enough for your groceries."
The cashier was trying to say something to her, but the lady hushed her. I spoke up and said, "Sir, you have over $100 in your wallet, but this lady pocketed it." The blind man seemed confused. Then I said to the cashier, "You better call up your manager, they will have it all on their security tapes." And the lady looked at me with such anger, saying,
"What do you think you're doing?"
I simply said, "Well, I'm not trying to con someone like you obviously are. Don't even try to deny it, we all saw you." She tried to get past me, but I would not let her budge. The manager showed up with security and apologized to the blind man, then told the woman the police were already called and she is to give the man back his money, then follow them into the security office. She started screaming,
"But I didn't do anything wrong, I was helping him."
And I laughed and said, "Yeah, helping yourself to his money. That's not help, that's you being a greedy con artist." She looked at me and said,
"You stay out of this."
I just smiled and said, "No, I'm a witness. I'm gonna stay here and wait for the police so I can tell them how you pocketed this man's money while pretending you were helping him." She then slapped me, and let me tell you, that slap stung, but I simply smiled and said, "Well, and now we will add assault to those charges." The blind man was able to get his money back. He and the cashier thanked me, and I told the manager I'm gonna make sure he's able to get on that bus I see waiting for him, but I will be right back. As we were headed out the doors, the police showed up. I told the bus driver what happened, and he got out of the bus and helped the man on. He thanked me and they drove off. I went back inside the store to the lady screaming at the police and the manager and walked up to them and said, "I can give my statement now, and I would like to press charges too because she slapped me. I'm sure you have that on tape too." We all went into the security office so the police could review the tapes. You could clearly see her pocketing the man's money, and later you could see her slapping me. The police put her in handcuffs and told her, "That's all the evidence we will need. You're in a bunch of hot water. Do you have anything to say?" And she spit on the police officer. I gave them my information and told them I would be in to sign anything they needed me to sign. I completely forgot my groceries, but a nice couple who was behind me in line had paid for it for me. They came up to me and said, "Miss, we paid for your veggies. I hope you don't mind. We saw what happened and we felt bad for you and that poor man." I thanked them and offered them money, but they refused, and the older woman patted me on my arm and said,
"Your mama must be proud to raise a sweet, honest young lady like you,"
and smiled at me as she and her husband left. The cashier told me they insisted on paying for my stuff because they saw what happened and they did not want me to have to worry about anything else. I don't understand what was going through that lady's mind trying to steal from a blind man. Did she not realize she would get caught? It makes me sick to think that she could have gotten away with it, but I don't think that cashier would have allowed it since they tried to speak up. I hope more people don't allow others to con the disabled. This world can be a sad place when you think about it, but it can also be beautiful, with people who are willing to help others and not allow injustices. Well, Stacy, thank you for the beautiful story. And unfortunately, that's the last story I got for you today. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. But I hope you have a fantastic day and I see you again tomorrow. Thanks for all your support.